the rumor is true. Doom is dead. Like, for real dead. Super duper dead. Don't believe anyone telling you otherwise. No one in chat. Don't believe it from himself. In canon of Hazfans, Doom is now dead.
Miss him
Alright,
so much.
let's get back to the Stanley Parable. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn all my lights on. This one. And this one. There we go. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. I miss Doom though.
Yeah, he's
But I'm good.
we haven't been able to afford a coffin, so his body's just kind of like sitting in the corner over there. In other news,
Yeah,
the top of my favorite bottle
it's
is
okay.
breaking. Look.
No,
Yeah, like
even worse.
the little thing that like holds the strap to the top of the bottle is like actively snapping, so I can't even like risk holding it by the strap anymore. It's like one of those two, like 2.5 liter like dumbbell bottles.
No,
I'm
you're gonna have to like do reps to drink from it.
gonna be really sad when that bottle goes. Anyway, we are back with
We can
more of
bury
the
it with
Stanley
Doom.
Parable Ultra Deluxe. I kind of realized now that if we were so close to ending last time, I probably should have ended it before we started ending the new content. So you would have had like a before and after, like people actually playing the games would have had. But look, we haven't gone to the actual Stanley Parable 2 stuff yet, so it'll still be kind of a sequel in your mind. Yeah, we have to enter the current time. Okay. It's 10 p.m. Well, 10 past 4. Or 4 past 10. Let's wait, let's switch this to 5.
Look at it.
Hello to Star Sipping Galaxy, Pedro, and Ashley Leonard. Okay. We gotta wait till the exact time so it works.
Yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on the clock.
2, 1, now!
Now.
Okay, we've done it.
Panic.
Oh, hang on, what?
Oh.
Before we get started, can I just say something?
Oh.
Alright, Mr. Clock. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. No problem. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. We might have to do that partway through the stream for a bit of fun.
Yes.
Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Thanks. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game.
420.
I was just about to say you're probably going to pick that. For some reason the game didn't boot up in full screen, so I have to put it on now.
So cool. It's like an Undertale when Flowey can tell you played the game before.
Yes. For some reason it is not setting it to. There we go. Okay, yeah, we're cool. Oh, good. Okay, are you ready to
What if
begin?
it actually was 12? Yes.
I suppose the statistical anomaly would just be weird enough. 5 p.m. for Ashley Leonard. Yes, we kind of set these to be halfway between evening and nighttime in America and Europe because those are our biggest demographics. Yes, begin the game. So I think we have to make our way back to the Expo 2 or the Stanley Parable 2 Expo. This is the story of a man. We know the story of Stanley. Let's get to this fucking Expo.
He's a loser with no friends.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Fuck the meeting room. I'm going for new content. New content.
You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting.
Wait. This is going to be back as if we just stumbling on the part 2 for the first time again. So it might take a second to get there. Alright.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this.
What's up, my late said Oswaldo. Well, we opened the thing saying Doom was dead.
Even further.
So.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the
Which is a real announcement, for sure.
Absolutely real. Don't believe his don't believe his lies. He's communicating from hell. If you see anything, if you see any correspondence from Doom, he's sending them from hell.
Yeah, if Doom ever streams, he's lying.
Yeah, no, his stream starts with that animation from hell, and that's where he's streaming from. He has a very good mic to suppress the screams of the damned in the background.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
So I think the best way to go about this is probably going clockwise. What do you think? We get to everything in the expo.
Yeah.
Before coming back. Okay.
Yeah.
So first we have. Sorry, something in my throat today. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. This will be interesting.
Ooh.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be
I want the too small button.
recognized and validated as people.
You can use this like a fidget toy.
My first addition to the game
I'd like that on my desk.
which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Doomy is looking for the Hazbin Hotel. I'm sorry. Doom actually is not in the canonical Hazbin Hotel hell. He's actually in the robot hell from Futurama.
Oh no.
Dan Castellaneta robot devil is like singing at him non-stop, and he's trying to take his fingers or something. Okay, you ready? You can say my name or your name, or like the name like registered on my Steam account, or what do you think? Let's see.
Hazfans Unlimited.
Let's see what he says.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
That is somewhat close to James.
Close enough, yeah.
Experience of this feature. Just
oh, hold on. We gotta pretend her name is Jim.
Here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget
Jim from The Office,
and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living with Jim, sleeping.
Let's go flirt with an engaged woman.
Falling in love and being heartbroken.
Yes.
Seizing all of the world's
let's pick on a guy with glasses who owns a farm.
Yeah, let's bully the neurodivergent person.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please.
I am Jim Halpert.
Okay, we're Jim. Wait, no. No, I don't quite believe it. Yeah, hold on, give me a second. Oswaldo is the Stanley Parable. It is Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. We played the first half with Iz last week. If you want to check that out. Okay. What are some more things about this gym? What is that? We gotta be our own gym. It can't be Jim from The Office. We gotta be our own gym. What's our gym like?
Okay.
Nadine says hi. Hello.
Jim is a hedge fund manager.
Like it. I like it.
Who fell for 2 pyramid schemes in his youth.
Sorry,
and is now extremely weary of.
Sorry, a child just ran past my house screaming bloody murder. Sorry, go back on to the pyramid schemes. He fell for 2 back-to-back conspiracy or pyramid schemes from the same guy.
Yes.
The same guy.
No, two different guys. He's not that stupid.
Okay.
And he had old Darla, who he is now divorced from, and she has a new husband who is a personal trainer.
Ooh, I already don't like him.
Jim,
the personal trainer is also named
wears
Jim,
contact lenses.
but he's spelled G-Y-M.
Yeah. Jim is 5'10".
Okay. Yeah.
With dirty brown hair.
Okay.
And hazel eyes.
Wait. To get into this fully, who's his favorite Ninja Turtle?
Raphael.
Right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Jim. You see?
Whoa.
What a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again.
Very nice. Okay.
That was so me.
Okay. What's another fact about Jim?
Jim is allergic to dust.
Okay. Oh, yes. Holding fish is high. Hello. We're Jim now.
Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this
man.
personal validation.
We can still press it again.
Yeah, let's press it again.
We need a new fact. Give us another fact.
He wears shoes with buckles on them. You know, like the old-timey...
Oh, he's a pilgrim. Go, Jim.
Pointy-toed shoe.
Oh there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
No.
Jim.
It took the button from us. Oh, Jim.
Who am I now?
Really like Jim.
I don't know what to do with my life anymore.
I'm like Doom.
I'm actually sad about this one.
I actually quite like Jim. Seems like a decent guy.
Or Jim. Guys, if you draw fan art, if you draw art of anything, draw your fan art interpretation of Jim we described.
Yes.
I would
He
love
has
to see
male pattern
Jim.
baldness.
But like reverse, so he has just the bit on the top and the rest of it's like a ring of bald. So it's like a teeny tiny bowl cut, nearly.
I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually
it changed the sign. The button that says Jim.
The button says Jim. It's so impressive.
That 2 is not real.
It's a different 2.
Please, no screenshots.
What happens if you take a screenshot?
Let me press print screen. Nothing happened. Haha, I got away with it. Just shut down the game.
Whoa, illegal.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes.
Suppose so.
Go at the end of the well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, gotta go at the end. It's an epilogue. Let's put an epilogue at the start of the fucking game.
Whoa, is that Jim?
What?
To your left?
That's Stanley.
Is that Jim? Oh, I hear it. You could look a bit like our Jim if you took some off the side.
I know Doomy was upset Thursday. It was a devastating loss in his game. Yeah, it is a big loss. He's dead. Can't think of a bigger loss. Settings World Championship. Oh yeah, give it.
The world champ at settings.
Is there a settings button for this?
Reset settings?
No, that's definitely not it.
Hopefully not.
Show mature content.
Oh, why was that off?
Even an option to skip structured games to use suicide drama. Oh, that's off right now, so just like don't show it. Huh. Let's see what. No. How do you get the settings world champion? I gotta look that up just in case it's something. Because I've played this game before, but I don't remember how to do that.
Oh, Oswaldo was asking, hey, aren't
Oh.
you like the creator of Hazfans Unlimited?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Sorry, I'm very remind me that I was watching a compilation
Question answered.
of TikToks yesterday of all the bits from Phineas and Ferb where they get asked if they're too young to do something. Like, aren't you guys a little young to be contracting to make a space station? Yes, yes, we are.
Yes, yes, we are. Phineas and Ferb was so good.
They're back. They just started a new season.
What?
They just started releasing a new season. Yeah. Also, apparently for this, you just got to go through absolutely every set and do everything. So remember we're on 80, but just we got to do everything.
Oh, what? You have to toggle every single different control?
Yeah.
Please don't get it stuck on a random language. ASMR.
Yeah, here's a little ASMR for you guys.
Whoa. I do quite like ASMR.
I listen to it all the time. Absolutely all the time when I'm working.
No, I like listening to it in the evenings.
Yeah, I do that to wind down.
Wind down.
Yeah.
Mm.
If I'm like editing still at like 3 in the morning, I'll like do it just before I go to bed.
Yeah, it's just like nice just to get in the zone.
Yeah.
My friend has an ASMR channel, so I like to watch them sometimes.
Send a link later.
Yeah.
I watch a really weird one called Ephemeral Rift, and he has this whole like omniverse of just like really weird characters, and they're like mostly set in like this fucking asylum, but it's really cool. One of them has you as Bigfoot, and you're getting paid attention. You're getting medical attention. Very funny, but he's very fucking good at it. He's been doing it for like 12 years or something.
There is a creator who does 8D ASMR with like loads of layering.
Ooh.
And they painted their fingernails green for like green screen.
Ooh.
And had a green screen behind them as well, so the visuals were like really cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, no, I found the guy because he I was looking for like board game ASMR, and he used to do a few of those, but then most of his other stuff was just completely like weird. I'm hoping there'll be season 3 of Helluva Boss. Yeah, there's going to be. They're doing the they have a deal with Amazon Prime now as well to release to get their help with seasons, so they can release it all at once, and then the episodes will be released I think weekly, and then they'll be released like a month later on the YouTube or something. I think that's what the deal was.
Yeah. So it'll still be accessible just later.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for Prime.
But if you're already paying them to see Hazbin Hotel, it's going to be good there as well. and they're doing crossovers with Hazbin Hotel now because of that. Because before the rights were kind of like in the air a little bit. But yeah, it's really cool now. So we're gonna get everything cool. I bet so. Ashley, we've just haven't guessed what's gonna happen. Yeah. Now let's see what we got here. Free new and easy achievement. I can't believe it's this simple. All right. Yeah, that's the Stanley model itself. Are we going to the basement?
I'm curious if...
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken.
He's a fucking cocktease.
But I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel, to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature.
Motherfucker.
Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
You lied to me.
Why?
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The jump circle.
All we've gotten is a button. Ooh, yay.
You know what, Stanley? I actually
Gotta jump in there.
Circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the
Why are the jumps limited, though?
Will we just go through them all now?
Yeah.
Justin Cooper says hi. Arthur says hi. Star Sibling says hi. Hello. How's everyone going? Zaxton says how. No! I was having fun. I wasn't even looking for the last few. Oh, I would have counted them down.
Limited jumps.
Oh, you want to go collectibles or infinite hole?
Ooh, infinite hole.
Okie dokie. This accent reminds me of Harry Here Stolus. What's in here?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Stephanie's. Which balloon do you like?
Get Well Someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes
Fuck you
realize
no.
that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday,
I
niece, it is.
hate that. Like, my mum will be like, which bracelet should I wear? And I pick one out, she goes for the opposite one. Like, why did you ask?
What a prick. There's balloons outside the window there.
Does he have a name, that creator? I'll give him a name. He's annoying me.
The narrator?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just call him the narrator.
A name. Well, he seems like a... I don't know.
This is the science behind the infinite hole we're about to go into. The holy moly. Hole, more hole. Falling, more.
See, I feel like it's going to be very short.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time.
Will we go in?
A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Absolutely. Whee!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
Like in Minecraft, in creative mode, when you like destroy the bedrock.
You can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
We'll do that in a minute. I want to see how infinite we get.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
Why?
Do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully. It's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition.
Very tiny.
Infinity.
Why would you call it the infinite hole?
The infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom.
How
of
did
the
he
hole.
not die?
You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're...
I don't think there's fall damage in the Stanley parable. Oh, there was, because he jumped off the other thing.
Unusually fascinated by
There was, because he jumped off the platform.
Yeah.
Actually wants to fall infinitely. I figured the hole was as
Maybe
deep
he's
as anyone would
dreaming.
actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there.
Maybe he fell asleep at work, and this whole game was a
Why
dream.
don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you,
It can't be mostly infinite.
press the teleport button.
There's no
Walk up to
mostly
the top of the
infinite.
hole and we can move on.
That's like I was talking to Andy the other day, and I was breaking her brain, telling her that there's infinities that are bigger than the other infinities. So like, do you know the way there's an infinite number of digits after the decimal point in pi, in like the number pi?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Presumably if there's infinite amount of numbers after the fact, and like half the numbers are odd and half the numbers are even, so that means there's an infinite number of odd numbers after that decimal point. But there's also an infinite number of even numbers. So that means there's an infinite number of odd numbers, but there's twice as an infinity number of all numbers after that. Did that break your brain? One infinity is literally double the other, but they're both infinity.
I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah. You know how you'll do this game while doing in-character voices for the comic in this comic dub? I'm not one of the people that does voices in particular, hence why we have this fantastic team of voice actors, which is one of, as well as doing our socials and other things. But look, when I'm sure Doom is always up for doing fun voices, and let's get that to the top.
I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Or
I'm down again.
Oh,
okay, let's go.
Heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not
damn right.
Hey yo.
Would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of. Oh.
What?
Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before.
Yeah, the dot's bigger.
I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite.
Ew.
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Ah.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Yep,
Really
I've had enough.
So
whoa! Oh no!
I have guessed. You're back in the
What
hole.
did that happen?
If this starts to become a thing.
What happened?
Ew.
Wow.
Like how he says it.
Okay. Yes.
Look how
I'm starting
Stewie
to
Griffin
become extremely
talks.
certain that the hole is not only not
Oh,
infinite, but that it's growing steadily.
It's shrinking.
He would say whip, like whip.
I suspect that I'm starting to
Whip.
get the point
Infinite
where it's no
hole.
longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on
Cool
here?
whip.
Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to
Oh.
haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Well, no point in going back in again, so, yeah.
How is
Oh,
this
no!
feeling to you? I know
fell.
holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch.
Like a kiddie pool.
Who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
It's kind of fun just sitting around here.
It's
like a paddling pool.
Button not working?
It's not working.
Sure?
Oh.
Well, I mean,
I'm pressing
I
it.
don't have an explanation. Still nothing. Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone.
No.
You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care,
You were
Stanley.
never even in the pit, were you, Rick?
Have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
It's actually gone. Teleport button's not working.
Ooh. What happens if we stay there long enough before we come back?
Oh.
That wasn't ominous music.
Yeah, it was. Why so mysterious, huh?
Oh. Oh.
The hole is holing.
Oh no.
New mug!
Oh. Mug?
Oh, here we go now.
Mug falling. Oof, it's dark.
It's dark in the hole. Change your perspective.
I have to change your perspective. Ooh. Whoa. Ew. Sorry. Sorry, Stanley.
Wow, so perspective changing.
Whoa. Oh, funky music. Perception or perspective? Music is alarming. Ooh. Okay.
Puppies! I like this.
Whoa. Ugh.
I'm just pressing these in random order.
Can kind of. Ew. It's like box trolls.
I like this Stanley. He's yassified.
He looks like Dr. House.
Oh, this is someone's OC Stanley. What?
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the
Okay.
looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley.
Ew.
I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Uh-oh. It's happening again.
Ugh.
I enjoyed the whole ending. Thank God it only brings us back here.
Try out some of
Just-
the new features.
So in a way it was infinite.
Yeah, because it kept going on and on. You're right. Let's go get a collectible.
Whoa. Yes.
Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game.
Stop.
In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Everyone wants one. We've got one. Oh. Okie dokie.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
You missed it the last day, just before you went. We scanned the QR code and it brought us to the website. And it was just a 10-minute video about the nature sequels, like the one that happened when you plugged out the phone. But it was 10 minutes long and it's fucking unhinged.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem of the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Here it comes!
Anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of
Whoa!
ease will fill your mind and your
Kick it
heart.
over.
It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Could you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it?
Don't like that.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing
Can't put it down.
must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest.
I like the light refractory on the inside of it.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more.
I love that there's so many details.
The bounce is fun. Well, I think.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I think that's everything in the expo. Can I leave? No. We did the achievement, the collectible. Oh, exit over here. I'm pretty sure we did everything.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Apart from the settings I couldn't get to work.
What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2,
yeah.
Now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
I like these pictures.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah. Well, for a briefcase.
Yeah. I like him more when we annoy him.
Ooh. Doors.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's
I like the bucket.
Clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game here somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Here
I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes.
Okay.
This is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
No.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the
just a
magic
person.
of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work?
Ooh, the walls disappear as you go around it.
A really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, this is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ooh. You know what? That seems like a perfect place to, not to end the stream, but to do the thing we're going to do, and start it up and press our favorite time in before we go into it.
Yes.
So, gotta go back to the start. And then bring it up for you on the Discord. All right. Now, what's your favorite time we're putting in?
4:20
AM or PM?
AM.
Okay. What if I make a comment on it? 4:20 AM, your favorite time of day. Or you could simply not resist giving me the correct time again. After all, I know how much you enjoy the time, setting time correctly. However, I'm curious about how accurate 4:20 AM is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is it? We'll be truthful, it's not very accurate. Well, it's close enough. It's like this much accurate, I think, because we're close enough to the time. Like we're 5-6 hours away, so like let's say there.
Yeah.
No, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps we can invent some new sliders to gather some new data. Wouldn't be too hard. Let me whip a couple now. Be ready the next time you boot up the game. We'll have to do it again soon to get more settings. James, right? Yes, it is, as written on the label below.
This is the story of a man.
We know the story of Stanley. Alright, oh, look, your balloons. Well, the not balloons you didn't want. A great comic video, says Evelyn. Thank you very much.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, there's a couple of things we can do right now. I think mainly we're just missing some endings from the original game that I can show you if you don't know them already. Would you like me to show you some that are not as easy to get to? Okay. Or not as intuitive to get to, at least.
How hard Stanley looked, he couldn't
so
find
first, we gotta
parkour.
We gotta parkour up here. And then
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard the vibration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
I literally just took a giant drink.
What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yeah. Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But
Okay.
now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer?
Yes.
Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first
James,
place.
what do you think?
Now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay. Oswaldo says to James, what do you think Blitz and Stolas is going to do next? Like, my guess is now Stolas lost everything. I think this is a turning point, and it's good that we're getting full proper seasons. Not that these weren't proper seasons beforehand, but like we're getting full proper, like structured out seasons back to back, like episodes that can explore it in a more serialized way without it being affecting the show. Because before, a lot of people were complaining about the serialization being put in when the episodes are so long apart, but with them being so close together now, I think the serialization of the series going forward is going to work much better in the show's favor. So that's my 2 cents on it. As for the actual events that are going to happen, I think this is like a Dark Knight of the Storm kind of thing. Actually, no. Is it? Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be the start of a build-up. There might be a few stumbles along the way, but it's going to be the start of a build-up of Stolas in a new kind of self-assertive life. And look, if that means he ends up with Blitz in it, that's cool. But if not, who knows? But yeah, I think we got to restart this. Do you want to go see the other option of that or no?
Is there a different outcome?
I don't remember.
What could it mean?
No, I actually think there is. No, I remember there is.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll try that.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Maybe like get revenge on Stella, find a way to get Dara back. I think building back Octavia's trust is going to be a big thing next season.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Whoa!
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate.
And you've forgotten there 8. Yeah.
Internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley.
Oh.
Who people
Does he ever stop talking?
So manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
All right, that's all that I think. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking up. I forgotten part 8. Someone was wanting to make sure. I'll double check if it's in the thing to be ready, but let's double check. Signed. Yes, part 8 and part 9 are actively being worked on right now. Those couple of lines are in for that already. Yeah. Part 8 and part 9 are actively being worked on, and I think that's the end of it will be part 9, because I think there's only like 60-something pages.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
bucket.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now, we will come back to the bucket. We will come back to the bucket,
okay.
But as we're going for original stuff first, there's a computer here. There's access. We've just turned off. Oh, no, not that one. It's this one. Yes. There we go. On the next few restarts, we got to find that computer somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up.
Oh.
Why was he not doing it? When
Not right now.
came to assess the 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, we'll start probably from the one that's furthest to get to.
Yet there was not a single
speed run
person
every.
there either.
Can you look up what the office number is before we get there?
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming
Office
to a
number?
staircase, Stanley walked
Yeah, the
upstairs to
keypad.
his boss's office.
Oh, right.
Just we can skip it real fast.
It is 2845.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
What a dick. Yeah, I'm just doing the one that's furthest away from the beginning to do.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passage.
Yeah, I'll speedrun us through some
Whoa.
the other fun original. Oh!
Whoa.
One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no
Looks like
reward for
Wilson from
collecting all
House
these,
MD.
only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort
Isn't
of happiness,
it?
Stanley. God knows
A little
I tried.
bit.
So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Yeah, get us down there quick.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
You know what I think would be really fun on the stream is to play an escape room game.
Oh yeah, we played something like that before. There's like Escape Academy, it was.
There's one on cool math games called Trace.
Ooh.
That's kind of difficult.
Yeah, we're playing another one also called Blueprints, which is like a mansion, but all the you get like 40 days to do it or something. But each time the day restarts, the arrangement of the mansion mixes. So basically you get like doors, and you have to, when you go through one, you get to pick what's on the other side of the door. I have like a list of 3 of them.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you gotta find a lot of stuff. We're finding some cool stuff in it, but it's getting very weird.
I do quite like escape room games. Like, I quite like the cool math games.
Oh yeah.
Horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Oh, it's going to be so warm here this weekend as well.
Was it even possible?
You've seen the reports for it?
Heat wave.
It's going to be like 30 something for you, I think.
Oh, I'm down like in the southeast. It's always the warmest there.
Oh, you're going to be like 35 then at least.
But here was the
Oh no, don't tell me that. Oh, wait, I'm flying on Friday, so I won't be in the country. Ha!
Working, all of it
I'm going to Scandinavia. Ha ha ha.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Unless it's under my watch.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate control, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you want? Control?
Yes.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do, for example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
What?
Oh my god!
Detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Oh my goodness!
Seriously?
We gotta press some buttons.
It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until a bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one.
Do they actually stop anything?
More time to talk about you.
We'll see.
Where we're going. What all this means. I barely know where to start.
Fail safe.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
No!
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the
You
clock.
bastard!
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's
Turn the door off.
Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be
Help me!
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose
Press
in
the
this
right
place
colored button.
Press the button.
You're in for quite a disappointment.
No, it says green on there, so you have to press a green
That timer isn't a
button.
catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. but I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock.
Oh, the screen said goodbye, employee 47.
30 seconds until a big...
No!
No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment
No!
until the moment I say happily ever after.
Bye. Oh, we did.
Whoa.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
If you
could
can
it
find
mean?
that input
Stanley
screen.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah, here we go.
Maybe Stanley would never pick up the bucket.
We will later.
Bucket, lonely. When Stanley came to a set of two,
We gotta do one more up by the office, and then I think you can do the downstairs thing after that. There will be a reward for finding them all. This is where they are. Here, take a screenshot or something.
Okay. I will do it. I will do it.
We did fireplace. We got the sequel exhibit. We need 4 more.
And we're both red and blue. The clans.
Ooh. Oh, that's
I'm a smelly place.
The red and blue is the wrong doors from jumping off the thing onto the platform.
Oh, yeah.
A private but smelly place for an important person. That's the bathroom in the office. We're going there next. A large room, lots of boxes. I think that's the packing bay where you jump off the thing. Stairs, something to do with stairs.
Yeah.
So probably downstairs and like something.
Because when you go towards the office, downstairs, so you can go downstairs.
Yeah. I just want to see here for a sec. I can go in there the next time, but I know there's collectible right here.
Yay!
Oh,
Found it.
I thought I had to run into it, but I had to click on it.
There really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
We'll come back here.
It's right there.
I'll just do the furthest one way because we can go to the bathroom, open the boss's office, and also get another one.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stan? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1?
Let's see what chat thinks.
I'm sure it will come to me.
How do I do a poll? Okay, you not do them anymore. No. Oh, you can't do polls anymore.
Stan choose.
I get the feeling money's for stealing. Not yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse.
That's a lovely purse.
Alright. So this one takes a bit of finagling to do. Okay, I gotta see if we can do this. Whoop.
Okay, I think we all...
What? What did you do?
I don't know.
What?
Ah. You're not able to go in there now. You're meant to be able to go in there. I thought. Oh no, we go down this way. That's what we do.
Broke it.
We fully broke it.
Where are we going now?
Just a completionist instinct. Thank you and good luck. We're getting the fuck out of here. That's where we're going.
We're going to like the packing bay?
Nah, we can't do that now.
Where are you going?
We've activated an ending by doing that. Have to go by watching these videos, and everyone have a great day. See you later, just a person.
Oh.
You are now leaving.
Oh. Is it pixelated for you as well?
Oh no, is it for you?
It was briefly, and I thought that was an effect to make it look more creepy.
No, I think the black screen just messed up the stream a little for you.
We're
heading to an escape pod.
Ooh.
Also, James, you hear how Blitz installs his dad to treat my crap? Yeah. Yep, not very nice at all.
Barely remembers the kids.
I'm not sure how many floors you gotta go for this. I forgot how many. I think it is just the 760 here. I think this is the last one. Yeah. Here we go. Escape pod. Let me in.
Let me in.
And we escaped.
Yippee!
All right. Oh, this is a quick one we can do.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. He had to make a decision. What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will happen.
Yeah.
Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew
like
for sure,
12 seconds.
without any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
Tell me what to do.
Just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And that's the close the door ending.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
We gotta do the computers. We can find them.
Stanley, pick up the bucket.
Wait! I can't do what I can't do the ones I want if they do the suppose.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I suppose now that we have the bucket, we got to do the ones we've already done. What would you like to see? One we've already done again.
You need to go to the packing bay to get one of the figures.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, he didn't,
said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
This is new.
Go to the cargo lift.
Ooh. We haven't been here.
You're
Yay!
now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that...
Sorry to hear that, Ashley.
None of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Figler and Marines. Let's do the jump ending.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms.
So the hole did nothing. But this is too much.
It's a different office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley
that's just something that can happen in the first game as well.
The door on his left.
So we got to do the downstairs of this side, and then I think that's all of this side done.
Yeah. And the last figure that we need is
in the red and blue room.
Yeah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such
no.
Why had he taken that risk?
Oh no.
Only because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy.
Yeah.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh,
I didn't want to say anything earlier when you were mentioning that.
Finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth
I'll wait here for a second while I take a drink.
Not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
Oh,
yes.
The fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Yes. Still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Uh-oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Oh, damn.
She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Mariella's a bitch.
Jesus, ruthless.
Yeah, what a cunt.
No compassion.
Alright, let's go to the blue and red room.
All of his
any other computer inputs?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first.
Absolutely.
Just to admire it.
Nothing else I want to do in this life.
Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I did my fuck.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Your mama. Ah, the balloons are up there too.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten.
Parkour.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove Let me prove that I'm on you. And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay. Thank you.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
He did.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh.
Magic door.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful.
Ooh.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Very smooth and comforting. I will say when we have this little downtime for a second, I'm so sorry to be hearing about your mother, Ashley. Hope you're able to find a bit of happiness in things, regardless, or not regardless of it, but you know, despite it. No worries, Ashley. Hope you have a nice rest of your evening. These stars are weird. Alright. You had enough of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait.
Ooh.
Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
No!
Whoa.
Oh. Thank God. You lived.
Do it again.
You had me worried there for a moment.
Jeez, you're very close to the mic.
Please get back to the other room.
Let's placate him for a second. Yeah, just tiny bit. Placate him for like a half second. See what he says.
I have my AirPods.
See?
Ah.
This is what you want. This is where
it's okay. I can turn down a little bit on my end.
We can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Sometimes it helps if I leave and come back.
No, it's fine. Alright, let's go jump again.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
He slowed me down. I'm slower now.
No. What are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing
see what
to kill
happens.
yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Bye.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Sounds so sad.
Oh no.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Okay, we got one more to do and then we can start doing stuff with the bucket. We gotta actually answer the phone this time. Any input screens? No? Okay. What is going on here?
I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those fiddlers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just
Never mind.
the intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I
suppose.
To be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Memory zone for the figurines. I think Millie's going to tell Moxie she's pregnant. Well, I suppose if they're mature about it, they're just going to have a sit down and talk about it. But I'm certain his dad, Crimson, will find out eventually. Maybe. Oh, dragon.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
You got 7 out of 6.
And here was the second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which should we do next? Was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
I think it was the stairs, because then we went up at the bathroom after and got it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we did the stairs and then we did the boss's bathroom.
Yeah.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
And the next time we did one?
Oh yes, we found a Figly in this pink room. Oh, well,
what?
I can't actually say I remember being in this room,
what?
but it's here in the memory zone, so
no.
It must have happened.
I don't think so. Okay, we definitely did this one.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Ooh.
Enjoy.
I like the videos. Windows Movie Maker.
Whoa.
Did you ever have Windows Movie Maker when it was back like this?
Yes.
I used to sit on a family computer and just like make slideshows because we didn't even have the internet when we got our first computer for a while. So I was making just videos with the music and default the like music of my sister's iPod she had, and then just random pictures that were on the computer already, just making slideshows. It's like, oh, so cool. I've done that as well. Lots of my videos just like written by James, directed by James.
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Oh. What?
Oh.
What's going on? This, that one might have actually been a glitch.
Like a real one.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to...
Yeah, that one was an actual glitch.
It's those figurines.
Huh.
Those figlers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you now...
That's insane. I've never had that before.
Just the most intrinsically
what the
fulfilling
fuck?
moment of your entire life. Didn't it fill you
Oh,
to
don't get
the
us
brim
stuck in
with
this.
richness?
Come on,
Yes, I know,
let's get through now.
telling a story, but won't you please indulge me
That's
with one more
insane,
trip
though,
back
that
to
we came out an actual glitch.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just
I can tell you, it'll reset our Stanlerines back to 6. And if it did, that means that was an actual glitch that we encountered somehow.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent.
It's gone.
We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
So it's picked up that we got it, but the glitch just fucked it.
Oh.
And here was the second Stanlerine.
It's gonna be gone as well. Yeah. Okay, this one's an actual glitch. What's going on?
Did that, Stanley? I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. but you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
What happens if we get the quiz wrong?
Quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand?
It's
Can you
mad.
remember? No. The boss's bathroom was the fourth place you found a Stanley, not the third. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the boss's bathroom feels like the third place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Okay. 1 second. I was just looking up if anyone has encountered that glitch before.
Let's see. What came next? Oh yes, we found.
So that means we have one extra than we should have either, because we would have got one on the left or the right, but not both.
So it must have happened.
Hmm.
Gonna give us a video again. Because we've already collected twice as many now.
This one was really
But
something special.
this will be the 6th one we get now in a second.
I remember it so clearly.
After the video.
In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to
But
commemorate.
of 13 for some reason.
Enjoy.
If it'll glitch again.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. If it does, I don't know how that works. I'm looking up what other people have done.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Let's see if we can get on there. Just gonna get chat back up on my phone real quick. Okay. Let's see if this breaks again. Please don't. If it does, I'll be very annoyed. Okay. I think we're okay now.
Nice.
I don't know what that was.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last.
Now we're gonna have 13, so that's gonna get weird.
Right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then
we're in the present.
There was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh, yeah, that's that.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready
Oh.
to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this.
14.
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at,
Yeah, we're always gonna have one extra than they think we have now.
This one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Oh.
Oh.
Yes, I love that video. Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Then back to... Can we go back here? Okay. This is the boss's office 1.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Now we're gonna have one more. Okay, let's see if he says anything about it.
In the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
No. Narrator, we know the figures there. Move on from the figures. We found them.
Ooh, the jump squat circle.
Terrible new content
Oh,
that we were originally sold
they're
on.
missing.
I remember hating
They use them all.
The time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite... Oh, yes! The 2 doors! Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
He's so nostalgic over the doors. Do they go to the same place? Yes, they do.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's
No.
something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run at the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh. Just the haul straight to the doors. Okay, well, we got one more normal ending, I think.
Set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting.
Before we start doing bucket stuff.
Perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
the bucket
first,
stuff,
just to admire
like
it.
every single ending, but with the bucket.
The lounge was sublime.
Maybe.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first.
We'll do the reset after this, so you can have more your fun time with the clock guy.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
actually, that's something we didn't do.
Someone else can be difficult.
We didn't go in that little tunnel.
The story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
That one, and then we'll do the game reset thing.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Also, are you hoping Charlie will finally meet her mom? I think so. I think she will soon.
Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your
Angel quit for Valentino.
to let her
Well, I think it's the point is that
been waiting.
he's not able to do it.
That's her, Stanley.
This is what would have happened if you didn't plug out the phone last time. Where he said our lovely wife is waiting for us.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Okay.
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Our apartment's
I'm trying to make a
427.
point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come
He's
inside.
mad. He's
Let me
fucked
show you
with
what's
us
really
for
going on here.
not obeying him. No.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
No.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What?
Whoa.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow.
He better quit. I don't think he can quit. That's the thing. His soul belongs to Vante, you know.
Inconsequential nature of
Yeah,
his
contract.
existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what
You'd
he's
think
told
that
to
Lucifer
do.
would have the power
Now
to
he's
break
pushing
in a
button.
contract.
Now
Yeah,
he's
but
eating
I don't
lunch.
know.
Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind,
I find interesting
in his mind,
people
he can
pointing
go
out the
on
fact that
fantastic
Asmodeus
adventures.
probably knows
From
about
behind
Angel.
his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild
Maybe.
expeditions
Well,
into the
again, it's probably
unknown,
they're in their own
fantastic
turf and they can't really do
discoveries of
much.
new lands. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers,
Hello, anime girl.
everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Oh.
The thought.
I gotta sit in my chair
excited him
properly. It's
terribly.
my butt.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered.
Everything's
what
turning
lay
into The
behind each
Office.
door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to be.
I'm just gonna say Jim's coming back.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room.
My wife.
Monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line
Our
that
wife.
lead in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it
Communism.
Stanley Parable.
Tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly
My wife turned into
In
desk.
reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything.
How are you? I'm good, anime girl. How are you?
But as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't
I'm
stop.
tired.
Here, watch this.
I'm tired
Stanley,
also.
The next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Oh, fuck you.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll
See you too, anime girl.
Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I died. Alright, let's go see what's in that little tunnel.
Yeah.
There's a phone ringing.
Ooh, phone.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk.
He's taunting us with the fake wife again.
Get a thing of sugar.
Yeah.
Some bread.
Here's my real wife.
Beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything
Yeah, the game gave me a fake wife and then took it away. Hello, real wife. I'll be back later for your bucket. Alright. See you later. Bye. Is?
Yeah.
Oh no, Andy's saying
Bye
goodbye.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the
Me or
meeting,
is?
and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Oh, okay.
Me.
She loves you.
Stop by the employee lounge first,
Yeah,
just to
I
admire
love
it.
Andy too.
She loves you too, she says.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door.
Eating your wife.
Now you remind me of how Mammon says that in his last stream. What does Mammon say?
Incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Something Australian.
I can't. Ooh.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path.
They're just tapes. It's all just tapes.
No.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of
I hate those kind of endings.
How much more exciting?
No, there was a movie called Fractured. It was actually pretty surprising.
Uh-huh.
They did that reveal like really well, I think.
Okay. I think we just gotta find the ones with the computer inputs. I think. I don't know where to find it.
When Stanley came to a set
already up in the office.
Doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, where he says, "Oh fuck you."
Yet there was not a
I don't know how I'd even say that.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go.
What's that phrase he used to get into the Australian accent?
I don't know. You know, Rebel Wilson.
You do that fucking what's the H2O one where it's like, no, Cleo, the condensation.
Cleo, no.
Oh fuck you.
Condensation, Emma.
That's the best I get to do right now. Where is? Okay, is it on
That
the
was
computer?
really cured his
It
patient.
is. Okay, it's on my computer, and then we begin again. On our computer. Oh, it's here.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled.
And then I think there's one in the office. Yes.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Ah.
Stanley likes pushing buttons so much.
Welcome to heaven.
Buttons are his heaven.
Whoa. With a virtuous recite 24/7. Whoa. But people are happy that they died.
Oh, they keep turning on before we can put them back off. So yeah, this is the heaven ending. I remembered this one being out the window, but that's just because it was in the white space. Yeah, so we got this now. So now I think we can do one more restart to get the time guy up again. Put you back on the Discord. Share screen. Okay. These just the sliders. Yep, it's fine.
Aw.
These are just the sliders till the cat and dog are friends.
Yeah.
Aww. He's just a slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Oh shit.
Oh, went past it.
He's just a slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Where should we stop? How far in?
2/3 of the way in.
Okay. You know who voices Mammoths as Waldo? Yeah, that's Michael Cusack from Smiling Friends. And from
oh yeah.
And from that Girl World one or something, I can't remember what it's called. And he made Koala Man. Koala Man's a very good show. Hugh Jackman's in it actually. You should check out Koala Man. I think it's on Disney Plus over here. Which of the 2 made up words below is the most appealing? Occuboinkle or Scrumtush?
Occuboinkle. Okay, 50-50.
Please don't adjust the slider. Okay, he's been nice to us so far. Okay. We won't adjust it. You know what time it is right now? Yeah.
Yes.
5 to midnight.
Is the time that it is right now the correct time?
Yes, it is. What is time anyway?
It is time anyway.
No.
Yes. No.
Time is no. Anything about yourself you haven't told me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do not know my cycle.
Help.
Oh.
Yes,
I don't
we'll
like
help
that.
you. We come back to visit? Yes, we will.
Oh, I don't like this. Oh.
I'm gonna put back on full screen. Sorry, 2 seconds. There's just the new Stanley Parable opening screen, by the way. It's not anything to do with the slidey guy. He's not coming to get you or anything.
This is.
What if you woke up one day and there was like the sliders thing in your like field of vision?
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I'd love it.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms.
All right. What's your favorite ending
Over him.
so far?
The jumping.
Oh, I don't think we can get back to the jump circle yet. That's a new content
the
one.
Jumping off the packing.
Oh.
Area.
The one to the red and blue doors.
No, when we're like, when you fall off the lift
completely
carrying you across the packing area.
We did that already though with the bucket. When we got the last Stanley.
Oh, right, we did.
What's your next favorite ending?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm not sure. Should we just do like the lawful good one?
We can.
Imagine just walking out of here with a bucket.
Do you think he'll let us?
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now
Maybe.
more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase,
yeah.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
2845.
Stepping into his manager's office,
thank you,
Stanley
bucket.
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
Yes,
this
it
is
was.
certainly the most logical explanation. elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door.
Yes, we did.
Mind control facility.
This bucket is reassuring.
The lights rose.
Oh, in this channel, Doom voiced him before he died. Sigh.
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
R.I.P. Doom.
I was watching an episode.
He actually read his own eulogy in all the different character voices he does.
I was just about to say we should make this day Doomsday, but like we obviously have a Doomsday, but just the joke of that being a contradiction. I was watching Futurama, and the main character Fry did something to save the city or something, and he said the mayor just goes, "I declare this day, Saturday the whatever, to be officially Friday."
Monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Is
like
bucket
in
in our
the
office
Lego
one?
movie.
Anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
You know when it's
Oh yeah, this Wednesday is Taco Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Freedom Friday,
Oh, that's
even
what it
though
was,
it's
yeah.
a Tuesday.
Yeah. I love jokes like that.
Control facilities influence as well?
No,
Had
not the bucket.
been told to do things it didn't wish to.
No.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
I wonder. I love that. Like 5 years after the original game, they came to the narrator again. They were like, "You got to do every ending again, as well as the new stuff. But now we just got to add in a bucket." And he's like, "What? I got to re-record it all?" Like, yeah, you got to re-record it all with a bucket.
With a bucket.
Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content.
Sorry, a fly is walking on my screen. I thought for a second something was in the fucking monitor room here.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
We getting away with the bucket, is that it?
Stanley and the bucket up against the world.
Yeah. Us in the bucket forever.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
See, now you get the appeal of playing it all again with the bucket.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait.
What?
What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
Is the bucket warm?
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
The game doesn't want the bucket to leave.
No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Damn.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced
The bucket ending, just doing every ending but with the bucket.
Yeah, but a good few of them are very different.
Tightly to his chest.
I'm trying to think which ones are really different. Hold on. Let me get up the list of endings so that I know.
I bet soon.
Yeah, we'll do one or two of the really interesting ones before we finish.
Okay.
Hmm. 1 second. Ooh. Yeah, we'll do that one.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
And decided to get to see Luna sing for the first time. Yeah?
Don't go to the
That'd be
meeting
cool.
room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was.
You know what, let's not even listen to the
It
bucket.
should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
Oh shit.
I suppose that would explain
What is a
lot of your
bucket?
behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness.
Is what a
I think we
bucket?
can do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a minute.
Oh. Okay.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not
A
the
fun
thing I'm
thing.
showing
Look at
you
the word
is a
"this" on the
bucket.
on the
Simple,
sign.
right? This
But look
should
on
be
the
everything
reflection.
we'll
It
ever
doesn't
need
say
to know
this.
about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's
Oh
begin.
shit.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Is this a bucket?
This is a bucket.
Incorrect. It is a
What?
hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Okay.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation
What?
of a bucket.
Oh, for
not an actual
fuck's sake.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yeah,
Yes.
this one's got it. This one's got to be a bucket.
Correct. This is.
Yay!
Yes.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No, don't think so. Let's say yes anyway.
I think this is a trick question. This is a bucket.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Youch.
Oh, funny.
Is this a bucket?
That is a bucket. Yes,
that one is for sure. Yeah.
Correct. This is a bucket.
See, it's a bucket because the roof's open, so that means you can put something in it like a bucket.
Oh.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's look around.
That's not a bucket.
That's disguised to be a bucket.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, we can't press both buttons.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Yes, that's not a bucket.
Yes, thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think?
Yes.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what?
Bucket doesn't look like a real word anymore.
To even sort it out.
Yeah.
I've lost all sense of perspective. What
it
is
sound like a fake name for a toy, you know? Like a flingle.
Yeah.
Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this.
Yes.
I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
Oh.
I can't have that. I'm sorry.
What's going on?
But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay.
What?
Here we go.
No.
No, not my comforting bucket. Please.
What happened?
But everything is a
everything
bucket.
Gone? Why did
Everything's a bucket.
Wait, was everything a bucket?
Everything's a bucket.
Everything in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea.
I fucking told you.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
Oh, don't remind me.
We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity.
What if we were both the only buckets and we've been snapped away to where we're snapping away buckets?
So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Okay.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who
all right.
knows what that information might do to a person. All right,
yeah.
Here we go.
Right, I think we might leave it there for this evening. Might come back to it one more time for a bit of fun at a later time.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's. What else we have to say? More comic dubs every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right here, and video game comic dubs coming back this weekend. Hoping to do 2 a weekend, a Sonic and a Mario from the day from this time forward. So you'll still get 5 full videos a week, plus streams and stuff. Excuse me. You can find those game comics over at Game Fans Unlimited, linked in the description, or you can go to Hazfans Unlimited Gaming, which is another channel where we do factual video game stuff, like 50 facts videos about the Nintendo Switch, which we did recently for the celebration of the launch of the Switch 2, which I've got my own one right here, which we'll be playing some stuff on stream very soon. Anything else of note? Is there anywhere you want people to find you doing stuff besides our videos over on the games channel?
Like my cosplay content?
Oh yes, over on your Insta and TikTok and stuff. Yeah, if you'd what's your handle for those?
Is underscore skov skv.
So IZ_SKOV. So check that out on TikTok and on Instagram, where she's got some really cool cosplays of loads of characters. Pixel is a big one you're doing right now, isn't it?
Yeah, from Ninjago.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else we've left to do before we go? I don't think so. I think that's it. So thank you all for joining us. Oh yeah, Doom's dead. Bye.